Hi guys, this is Vineet and I welcome you to this video. Today's topic is file streams and this is part 2 of this video series. And before we move ahead, I would request you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Let me give you 5 seconds to do so. Please go ahead. So guys, I hope you must have subscribed by now. So let's move ahead. There are some points to remember while watching this video. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept. If it's possible for you, please watch this video twice or as many times as you like until the concept gets clear to you. Perform any exercises in your lab and test environments only. Do not touch any production environment or production databases. We would like to know your thoughts regarding our videos, so please do share your comments, suggestions, requirements, reviews, feedback, your day-to-day experiences with SQL Server. You may let us know about the situation where my content has helped you somewhere in some way. So do post in your stories and comments guys. We eagerly wait for them and would love to read the same. Now we have created some playlists for you to watch. So first of all, let me tell you why we create playlists. Because we think playlists are the best way for you to learn about any particular area or particular domain. Some of the popular playlists for SQL Server are database design, tables, business continuity, indexing, performance tuning, integration services, and Transact-SQL. This video pertains to the database design category. So, for example, if you want to learn about database design area, I would highly recommend going to our SQL Server database design playlist, which is having more than 75 videos at present. So go to this database design playlist, watch out all the videos from start till the end to gain better grasp on the database design area. We have posted more than 225 videos on our channel. So the number of videos are going at constant pace. We have a channel page link as well. So please visit my channel page link to see all the videos and playlist, and also links for all these playlists are given in the video description area, so you can check that out as well. Apart from that, we have just started the playlist on Python programming workshop as well. So we have started adding videos to these playlists. Soon we will add more videos. Right now we are busy with preparing SQL Server database design videos. Yeah, but soon we will prepare videos on other topics as well as soon as I get some time. So alright, so watch out all the playlist links in the video description area. Now let's come back to today's topic, which is file streams in SQL Server. So let's quickly go to notes. We will cover some theoretical part here, and maybe if possible for us we will cover some practical part as well, but let's talk about some theoretical part as well. Today we have to cover about the integrated management in the file streams. Now let me write some notes. So we all know that file stream is implemented as, how do we implement file stream? File stream is implemented as a var binary max column which contains binary large objects. So var binary max column contains the binary large object data. So file stream is implemented as a var binary max column, and it is integrated directly into the database engine. So FileStream is first of all implemented as a var binary max column, and FileStream is also integrated directly into the database engine. Now if we talk about most SQL Server management tools and functions work without modification for FileStream data. So if we talk about the most SQL Server functions or management tools, they work without modification for any of the FileStream data. Let me give you an example. If we take an example, we can use all backup and recovery models. We talked about three backup and recovery models: the full recovery model, simple, and what was the last one? Bulk logged was the last one. So I've just launched SQL Server to check that, but yeah, I forgot about that model. So third one is the bulk logged model, apart from simple and full recovery models. So here we are giving you an example. We can use all backup and recovery models with the file stream data. There won't be any issues. And if we talk about file stream data, it can be backed up with along with the structured data in the database. So what we can do, we can use the same backup function to back up both the structured data and the unstructured data, which is a file stream data. Both can be backed up using the same backup function in SQL Server. And in case if we don't want to back up file stream data, for example, if we don't want to back up the file stream data with the with the relational data, that is the data in the tables. Relational data is the data in the tables. So if you don't want to back up the file stream data with the relational data, what you can do, you can use partial backup at that time to exclude and file stream file groups. So basically the file stream data resides inside the file stream file groups. So at the time of taking backups, we can ignore these file groups if we don't want to take backup of the file stream data. Now let's talk about some integrated security here. Okay, let's talk about integrated security. So in SQL Server, if we talk about file stream data is secured like other data. So like how the other data is secured, file stream data is also secured. Basically, the data is secured by granting the permissions at the table or column level. So file stream data also have a column which is a binary max column. We can secure our data by granting permissions at the table or the column levels. Now, if a user has permission to the file stream column, which is a var binary max column in a table, the user can open the associated files referred in that column. And if we talk about encryption, encryption is not supported for file stream data. We cannot encrypt the file stream data. Now, only the account under which SQL Server service runs is granted permission to the file stream container. So the account under which the SQL Server service is running, that account is granted permission to the file stream container. And we also recommend that no other account is granted permission on the data container. So only the account under which the SQL Server service is running, that account should only be granted permission to the file stream container or file stream column. And there's a recommendation that no other account should be used or granted permission to this data container. And if we talk about SQL logins here, they will not work with the file stream containers. So SQL logins do not work with the file stream container, and only NTFS or REFS. We will talk about REFS later. NTFS is NT file system, which is the Windows file system, basically Windows NT file system. So only NTFS or REFS authentication will work with file stream containers. So we should be careful while choosing an account to give permissions to the file stream container. Now let me talk about the Transact-SQL and file system streaming access to BLOB data. This is a separate heading, so let me color it with a different color over here. Let's make it red color. Okay, let's talk about the Transact-SQL and file system streaming access to the BLOB data. So guys, after we store data in a file stream column, which is a var binary max column. So after you store data in that file stream column, we can access the files by using Transact-SQL transactions. So files can be accessed using the Transact-SQL transaction. That is one way. The other way is to use the Win32 APIs through which files can be accessed. So first, let me talk about the Transact-SQL access here. How do we access the blob data using the Transact-SQL access? Let's make it a heading and right under that. So basically, if we talk about Transact-SQL, we can insert, update, and delete the file stream data using Transact-SQL. That can be done. So basically we can use the insert operation to populate or pre-populate a file stream field or column with a null value, maybe an empty value, or relatively short inline data. So Transact-SQL can only be used to insert the short data within that var binary max column or the file stream field. However, if we want to insert a large amount of data, if we talk about large amount of data, that can be more effectively streamed or inserted. So if we talk about large amount of data, it is more efficiently. So if we talk about large amount of data, it is more efficiently streamed into a file that uses Win32 interfaces. Alright, so next point I would like to discuss here is when you update the file stream field or column, we basically modify the underlying blob data. So if we are making any changes to the file stream column using the Transact-SQL, basically we are modifying the underlying blob data in that particular column, not in that column, in the file system, because file streams are stored within the file system, not within the file tables. So when you update a file stream field, we modify the underlying blob data in the file system. And when we set a file stream field to null, the blob data associated with the field is deleted. So whenever we set a field to null via the Transact-SQL statement, the file stream field basically, so any of the blob data that is associated with that field also gets deleted. And we basically cannot use Transact-SQL to make partial updates to the data. So that is not supported. Now let's talk about the third point here. Whenever, so when we delete a row or delete or truncate a table completely that contains file stream column or file stream data, we delete the underlying blob data in the file system as well. So you need to be careful while deleting any tables or columns that are containing the file stream columns or data. So one way to access the blob data is by using the Transact-SQL access. Now let's talk about the second type of access, which is file streaming, file system streaming access. Is also available to access the blob data. So the Win32 streaming support works in the context of a SQL Server transaction. So within a transaction, if we talk about, we can use file stream functions to obtain a logical UNC file system path of a file. So basically we can use file stream functions provided by Win32 API. So we can use file stream functions within a particular transaction, SQL transaction, to obtain any logical UNC file system path of a particular file. We can then use the Open SQL file stream API. Then we can make use of this API to obtain a file handle to handle that particular file. And this handle, if we talk about, so handle is an operating system concept, guys. If you want to learn more about handle is basically a hook on a file, we can say, to which file is hooked. So handle is an operating system concept. You can read more about that online. Now this handle can be used by Win32 file streaming interfaces, such as, so we can use the Win32 API function read file to read that file using that particular handle, and using that particular handle we can also write to the file using the write file function to access and update the file by way of the file system. File stream functions can be used to get a handle to that particular file, and that handle can be used by the Win32 API or Open SQL file stream API. So this API first must be used to get a file handle, and then later on that handle can be used by Win32 APIs, and we can use the read file and write file functions to basically write directly to these files. Now if we talk about the file operations, so file operations are transactional. We cannot delete or rename file stream files through the file system. So any of the file stream files cannot be renamed via the operating system, as the file operations are transactional. And if we talk particularly about the file stream folder here, or file stream container, we can say, it is basically a folder which is managed by SQL Server, and we do not recommend adding or removing files in the file stream folder manually or through other applications, as this folder is managed by SQL Server. And in case if you do this, if you put some files in that file stream folder, this will result in backup and inconsistency errors. So it is not recommended to put anything manually into these folders containing the file stream data. So guys, I think that's it for this video. Now the file stream topic is complete. with this part 2 of this video. There's some material left which I would like to cover in the part 3 of this video. But before that, before covering that theoretical stuff, I would like to take you through some practicals on file streams. Please keep an eye. I will release another video to enable and configure file streams within SQL Server, and that will be a practical video. So we are done for with the file stream topic for now. Part 3 of video series is still pending, and I will release that later on. But first I need to cover some practicals. The next video will be on the file stream practicals, so be ready for that. We are done with the part 2 of this video, and today we have discussed on the integrated management of file streams, and we talked about the integrated security of file streams. And apart from that, we have discussed two methods to access the blob data or the file stream data in the file system. First one is the Transact-SQL access. Second thing we talked about is the file system streaming access. We will show you practicals on these type of accesses later on. Keep an eye. The video will be released in upcoming days. So that's it, guys, and let me take you back to slides. So guys, again I'm requesting you, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Do not hesitate to subscribe. There's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. And guys, if you like the content in this video, please hit on the like button. Also do post in your comments, suggestions, feedbacks, reviews, any questions, any day-to-day experiences with SQL Server. Maybe you can let us know about the situation where my content has helped you somewhere in some way. Do post in your comments and stories. We love to read them and we would love to hear about you. Alright, so do post in your comments. Also guys, if you have a good network of friends and if they also work in the SQL Server domain, please share my videos with them. There's a share button below this video on the YouTube, through which you can share my videos with your friends on WhatsApp and any other social media platforms. So do share my videos with your friends that are working in SQL Server domain, and also ask your friends to subscribe to my channel, as I release videos that contain content regarding SQL Server which is most beneficial for you and will give you practical understanding on how to use the stuff in SQL Server. So I thank you so much for your time on this video today, guys, and you have a wonderful day ahead.